Today we're going to be diluting Lunar Tides in the color Cran Baby. So this is a human hair, but it's obviously been bleached, so it's nice platinum blonde. I'm going to take the color directly from the container. I'll put it at the top of the swatch, and then I will do a diluted section at the bottom. Also, I will just quickly give a warning that everyone's hair is different, so everyone's hair will take color differently. And I'm sure everyone's hair will fade differently as well, but I wanted to do this to help anyone who is curious. So I actually did this color on my husband's hair, and it turned out the same as my swatches. So on both my swatches and my husband's hair, kind of turned into this like deeper, smoky kind of reddish color at first. Then my husband, after one day of having it in his hair, suddenly it just changed in undertone and it turned very cool and berry-like, which he didn't mind, but it wasn't really the intention that we were going for. And it kind of then made sense to me why this dye is considered a berry undertoned burgundy-ish color. And seeing how it changed so much in my husband's hair within just one day, it made me feel kind of bad about my video because I was afraid that someone out there might be trying Cran Baby expecting it to be a nice red, and likely it probably turned kind of berry. So I figured we'd do this video today so that we can see how it will fade, and so anyone who tries Cran Baby will kind of know what to expect, or kind of an idea of what to expect. So I'm just going to let this sit for probably the recommended time this time, maybe about 30 to 45 minutes. I will rinse it out. Then when it's dry, I'll meet you back here and we will start the washing process. All right, so this is the Cran Baby dried and ready to go. So some things to note with what I did for this process. I used lukewarm water. I know technically you're supposed to use cold water if you are trying to maintain a color, but I figure most people probably aren't going to use directly cold water if they're showering or something. And then I used sulfate shampoo. Again, if you wanted to try and maintain the color even longer, using a non-sulfate shampoo will probably get you an even longer result than my swatches. But other things can play a role as well, like how long you keep the dye in for. I've heard with semi-permanent dyes, the longer you let it sit in your hair, the more it absorbs. Therefore, the longer it is supposed to stay in. So keep that in mind as well. And this takes a long time, so I can't really let these air dry. So I do use a hair dryer, but I put it on my cool setting when I am drying the swatch in between washes. Okay, so like I said, this is Cran Baby not washed. We're gonna skip to 5 washes, and you can already see that the reddish tone kind of is gone, and because of that it's a little bit more pinky, which gives it the illusion that it's a little bit more cooler in undertone. Then we're going to skip to 15 washes. At this point is when I started to notice that the dye wasn't running every time that I washed it as much, I guess, but the soap itself, when I would scrub the hair, it was still kind of like colored, like pinky, but it wasn't running through the water. Water was clear. This is 30 washes. This is 50 washes, and you can tell it's still very colored, but a lot of the pretty much like dark redness is starting to fade, which is making it look like a warm pink now. This is 75 washes, and I decided to cap it at 100. I definitely could go farther, but this takes a long time. Essentially, it just goes from a very cool tone red to a kind of like warm tone pink. It lightens up quite a bit, but it looks a lot like a pink. Like if anyone had not seen your hair when you dyed it with Cran Baby in the beginning, it would probably just look like you intentionally dyed your hair pink. At least on my swatches, it held on to the color really, really well. So if you like this color or any other color from Lunar Tides, I do have an affiliate code. It is code FLOXY. Because it is an affiliate code, I do make a small commission off of it anytime that it is used. So thank you very much if you do decide to use my code. You will get 10% off your purchase. Hopefully my video helped, and if you have any requests, feel free to put them in the comments, but I also have a link below. I'm more likely to see your requests there. It is a Google form you can fill out for requests. Thank you to my patrons, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.